How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a 4v4 on Netherlands 3, and this is another replay set in by well, partially a clan, partially not, I guess you'd say. I'm actually not sure if they're all in the same clan, but another really close 4v4, guys. So I hope you guys are ready. So on the Imperial side, we do have I believe it is Corps fighting today. We have an 8-point Bavaria, a 10-point Davout, as France a 5-point Marmont, and a 10-point Messina. And they're going up against quite a lot of Austrians. You can see already some Austrian cav. What we got here? Some Hussars chasing down some Chevaliers. No, some Chasseurs. Oh yeah, no, they were Chevaliers who are trying to get themselves out of this ambush of sorts. We do have some Chasseurs Cheval ready to maybe reinforce. This is a small scouting cavalry unit, but man, they are in trouble already, and they are actually scrambling to get themselves out of here. We do have the Cuirassiers rolling up. Messina has quite a lot of line infantry and not a lot of cav. They do have some Voltigeurs. They do have some lines here, some light infantry and some Carabiniers that are not able to swarm square. Now in the center, guys, something very interesting and something that I'm looking to see if the Imperials will do well at. Davout has about 9 guns. Yeah, you saw that right. And heard that right. Yeah, there's a 5-gun 12-pounder and then a 4-gun 8-pounder. Now this is going to be a crucial strategy. I'm sure they're going to use this, set it up, try to drive back the enemy. It is 3 Austrians and 1 UK army, and you can see the UK army is rolling straight for this 2-pointer. Now looking at the map strategically, guys, the 2-pointer is kind of the focal point here. You can see all the roads seem to lead directly to it. It's like Paris, you know, all the roads lead to Paris kind of thing. And of course there's some 1-pointers strung along in a line, so kind of this line following the 2-pointer. There's a bunch of 1-pointers, but obviously this 2-pointer is going to be the focal point. It's going to be the hard part. So you know what, guys? If you need to get, a drink, if you need to, get something done first or whatever, so you can sit down and enjoy this video, I encourage you to do it now, because this is going to be an amazing 4v4. And I'm excited to show it. I'm really excited to show this one. This is the same group of people that did that Fuentes de Honoro replay did last week, which if you have not seen that, I encourage you to go check it out. I think it's being featured on my channel, and it was a really close peninsular battle. One of the closest I've seen this year yet. So, but yeah, this is going to be a bunch of skilled players, a lot of veteran players here. I don't think Bavaria, they did actually. They brought some 12-pounders here, so they have 4 guns total. They did not bring a lot of cavalry. They did bring some dragoons, I believe some Chevaliers of their own. Man, I miss playing Bavaria in 8.9. I really do. We do have an LSC that was taken here. France taking the LSC, putting some Voltigeurs in there. And they are just opening fire on the UK. Let's see if we can get a cool shot. As the UK are pushing forward here. Yes, we do. Look at that, they're just pouring in the fire. Yeah, they're going to start taking some losses here, as those Voltigeurs are going to have some deadly shots. But we may actually have some units charging in here. We have some line infantry rushing forward here. Another LSC has been captured down here, as now Messina is going to advance on this flank as Austria is setting up. On the UK, I guarantee you probably have, they have some Highlanders, some Black Watch who are going to probably go straight for the LSC. But man, the slaughter already happening, and the cavalry charging in. What a beautiful charge with the Hussars. We have a counter charge at the same time as Austria sends in their dragoons, smacking down some line infantry and some Voltigeurs of their own. Both sides, a just cluster. Oh my goodness. Austria's cav got broke, but at the same time now we have line infantry, we have some Scottish light infantry rushing in. They are definitely going to win this, guys. The Voltigeurs not going to do too hot in this fight, and the rest of the UK now are going to press troops forward here. but we do have cavalry smacking into a line infantry who was not able to form square. There's probably so much happening here all at once. Now we do have Austria set up in this line. They have artillery pushing up. Bavaria pushing forward here. They have quite a lot of line infantry. And then, of course, we have Davout pushing forward in the center. I'm sure he has some grenadiers or something like that who can push forward here. But cavalry once more charging in.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Oh, smacking into two lines at once. The UK breaking. The UK falling, having to maybe fall back. This may actually be a fight they cannot win. I would start to get very nervous. You having 2 units break, 3 units break. It may be time to fall back, reorder your plan. You're not able to get there before they were, and they were able to defend it. Well done by the French, being able to defend their LOC. Even though they just had some Voltigeurs in there in the very beginning, those guys probably got tons of kills. Tons, I'm talking. Like, look at the slaughter here, guys. This is granted from, like, melee as well, but you can see a lot of Scottish Highlanders dead as well, which is, you know, if you're an Imperial, that is a very good thing to see. You know, you don't want them to have that Imperial or that Guard unit. Now, over on this side, looks like Bavaria is pushing forward here. They're going to set up their artillery. This is a nice position right here. They can start firing. I'm not sure, but I think Austria's guns, yep, Austria's guns are firing already. They have a good position as well of tree line in the front. But I think they're trying to snipe the 12-pounders. And this battle's looking to be a focal point right around this area. In the same time, that looks like Messina may be going 1v1 against Austria, although Austria can't tell if they're forming up in a line of battle or what. But Messina is undaunted. He's going to press forward the attack. Artillery looks like they may be repositioning here. The British are spreading themselves out over this whole area to kind of cushion the area. Oh, we have a cav charge. Some Chasseur Cheval scaring off some Hussars from Austria. And it does appear that Austria is making a stand here, so they are going to hold their ground. Look at these Carabineers pushing forward on the right side with the light infantry. Austria probably is not going to like that. What I want to know is, where is the Grand Battery? Where is Davout? Okay, we do have it set up. Oh my goodness, what a flanking shot here. So they have it going directly on the Austrian flank. Can't really see through the tree line, but they are able to fire directly on the flank. They are defending the Bavarian line, so they can either retreat or attack. Although it looks like it's coming pretty close to the Bavarian line now. France is also, Davout's going to be pushing up his other 5-gun. Maybe he can push it up to here. Maybe he could even, like, if they can push back the Austrians over here, they can set their guns up right here. This would be a beautiful spot to push up the guns. Now, we do have some Austrian lines firing. They're just basically giving off some volleys and then retreating. Mainly because they probably just don't want to have to try to fight. The French here, I mean, yeah, this is not an ideal situation for them. They want to probably get their guns set up. Messina is a pretty beefy looking army here, as well as a 5-pointer who is advancing down the road. Now we do have some skirmishers who are going to get charged, and I suspect there's not a lot that can be done. Maybe. Yeah, they're gonna get it, but I mean, they're getting volleyed. Oh, he's gonna actually fall back here, and this cavalry was able to pull off a save. Well, they didn't even save him. I think France just pulled off the attack because they didn't want to lose their cav to a skirm. All right, well, Bavaria has this side locked down. I mean, the coalition actually is not looking, they're looking like they're on the back foot right now. they still can make some plays here. I'm not sure. They do have their artillery set up too, so this is, I like this. They set up their artillery to kind of defend their retreat a little bit, and it seems to maybe be gonna start working. We'll see what they can pour in. They gotta focus down, and they are focusing down this Cuirassier unit. This unit is going to make real plays unless they can focus it down. This unit could break a whole Austrian army easily. Now we do have the UK with Austria forming up here, which is kind of cool. They're like mixing the armies up a little bit. I think this actually could go very well for Austria. They get the UK on the flanks, start out shooting the coalition. This could go very well for them. Now, with 5-point France advancing here, they can start hitting this left flank here. Start putting pressure right in this whole area. This whole area right here, there's a lot of cluster forces that could get just shot from multiple angles, like from here, here, and here, and they can start breaking them. It'll force the coalition to have to fall back. Not sure why these units were pressed forward to the attack, but they are not doing that anymore. Over here in Bavaria is not actually doing a whole lot now. In fact, they seem to be staying further back. As the real action's happening here, I'm surprised they haven't tried pushing over here to engage with the other French armies. Oh, do we have a cavalry charge going in here? These guys cannot form square. And what a nice charge with the light cav. I don't think this is really meant to actually break them. They're meant to just basically inflict a couple losses and force them to have to reform here. Either to buy time, and sometimes it's just a delaying strategy, especially if they want to get some UK forces in position. Now artillery is firing and going for the UK general. This UK general needs to get himself away from the front lines. He's going to get killed, and the UK cannot handle that. Now look at this huge artillery battery placed. Actually can start forcing back the French. Now the French are going to be setting up their 12-pounders as well. Man, the artillery on both sides is quite well placed. I love the artillery positioning. We do have an artillery position over here as well. My goodness. And I wonder where they're firing. More artillery that may set up right over here. See, here we go. We got a lot of skirmishers, which is the kryptonite of the UK, set up, and they're going to start chewing up these Austrians. These poor Austrians are not equipped to deal with so much accurate hot fire that's coming over here, and they're not going to be able to get some good volleys off either. Now Bavaria does look like they actually are engaging the Austrians over here. Austria, though, falling back, setting up their skirmishers, letting them do a little bit more work. Artillery is getting sniped. Oh no. Artillery is very easy to shoot when it's limbered up like this, guys. So it looks like Bavaria got the final say on the artillery duel, sniping that artillery piece. This is what I was concerned about for Austria. They are just, oh my gosh, these poor men. They are getting just focused down by artillery fire.
Their general, sir. Now they must break.
There's a lot of gen strikes going in here. The Austrian general getting sniped. I don't think that was actually even intentional. I think they were trying to go for this artillery piece. I think they were. Oh wait, were they? I'm not sure. Could have been a stray artillery shell. Who knows? This Austrian line is just breaking to the concentrated artillery fire. It's just crazy. The UK now have pushed up here. This is where they will excel in the line fight, as they will get some nice volleys off. France is gonna just start withering, I think. Unless, of course, they got musket bug. It's like Austria is falling back against a... Yeah, I mean, Bavaria is just a very large army for an 8-pointer. They have a very large army. They have a lot of troops on the field.
We've taken a building, sir.
Oh. Where? Wow. All right. Yeah, Bavaria is just pushing back Austria. Austria actually is falling back all the way to this forest line, which is not a bad defensive place for them to sit at. Man, the volley fire is crazy. Like, they're just firing all at once. It is just some withering fire here. I love when they fire all at once. Oh, look at this. Austria is just getting hammered here. And now the skirmishers that push up even closer, which means it's more deadly volleys here. Now we do have the UK and the USA, or not the USA, but France just going at it with each other. And actually looks like France is starting to win here. Or they're just focused down one unit at a time. I don't know. Artillery as well, focusing on more UK forces pushing over here. Well, we'll see over the long run. This UK army is pretty strong. But Messina has most of their forces right here. Now, oh, do we have line infantry pushing closer to this artillery? This is a risky play. This artillery could start chopping up this poor line infantry. This is just a long slugfest, guys. Just both sides firing. Oh my goodness, both sides firing. This is still a concern. I think this whole pocket of line infantry, they're trying their best, but man, they're just gonna get shot to pieces. Plenty of reserves, plenty of lines. I think they're still trying to engage this LOC. How is Bavaria doing, I wonder? Nice volleys by Bavaria. Ooh, the tree's in the way. That's a lot of models. My computer doesn't like it. A lot of troops still for Austria. Oh, do we have a French incursion here? Some stakes have been deployed here. So now artillery could set up. Man, the artillery is just bouncing everywhere, guys. So chaotic. And this 12-pounder seems to be doing an excellent job. I think these guns back here maybe aren't going to get to fire. And the front ones are. I mean, you can see they're hitting the ground a lot. But they are getting some shots off. As you can see, this poor line infantry just getting just obliterated here. Now let's check on the UK-French fight here. Looks like the UK actually are starting to push back the French. They have a nice flanking maneuver pushing forward, forcing back Messina, who's now going to push back his masses of troops. He cannot use his heavies on the UK. They're just going to form a square, so they got to maneuver those cuirassiers. Oh my goodness, we have a charge here. Chasseurs Cheval versus some skirmishers. We do have some hussars from Austria pushing forward and attacking as well. More breakage in this one little pocket. That is just like the pocket from hell. I mean, man, look at the Bavarian line slaughter. Look at how many troops have died here. You gotta feel bad. You have to feel bad. Now, Messina is actually in full retreat here on this right flank. These cuirassiers have not made any action here because as soon as they make themselves known, they get focused down by artillery fire. Yeah, this is a very not a lot of action, mainly because if one side tries something, the other side just counter charges it. Now we do have Bavarian infantry. Can they form? I don't think they can form square. Oh, Lancer is getting a charge in. However, yeah, it doesn't seem like a very effective charge. They're going to get themselves out of there before they break. More UK cavalry, or no, Bavarian cav, now charging some Lancers. And all sides seem to be wavering.
Our men are running, sir.
In fact, all this whole side just broke. Bavaria is starting to put a lot of pressure on the Austrian flank, so that actually may be, you know, something that starts breaking here. But the line has been pushed back here, so France has fallen back. Messina has given ground to the UK. His artillery may actually be needed to force back to the UK, as they are going to be making a... I'm not sure if they're going to make an attack. I think they don't want to overextend themselves, as that could be a little bit of a disaster. They overextend and then their ally just gets broken in the center. The problem is, France usually would want to close in on the Austrians to break them, but there's just so much artillery, it would be disastrous for them to actually do that in this situation. So they are having to stand there and just shoot. Both sides are shooting so much compared to a normal battle here. And I don't know if Messina can take this fight against the UK. I mean, he is a 10-pointer. We'll see. He has some grenadiers, which I'm sure if he wanted to maybe get some cavalry and push it forward with the grenadiers and push forward some reserves, maybe he can start breaking the UK. But if the UK are at all know what they're about, oh my goodness, hold that thought, because we do have a melee. How did I miss it? We have line infantry charging it against Austria. Bavarians breaking Austrians. Although they actually are getting thrown back too. Man, so evenly pitted. We do have Bavaria actually pushing in the forest here. Austria not wanting to give up some of this good ground, so they actually are just withdrawing further into the trees, throwing up some reserves. I would not be surprised if they have reserves or another army here. I'm surprised they're not trying to focus down. Oh, hold that thought. We have another cav charge. And the light cav of Austria breaks the Bavaria. I'm surprised they're not trying to focus down Bavaria. You know, Bavaria seems like the kind of army to focus down and try breaking. But Bavaria is pushing on this flank, and now they're going to charge some more lines here. This could be the beginning of the end for Austria, as Bavaria is starting to get an edge here, an angle. I'm surprised they haven't... Austrian cav has not gone in to save their troops in the woods here. Really surprised they haven't done that. Maybe they're afraid to get volleyed themselves. Either way, do we have... Oh my goodness, artillery. They are going for the guns here. But Austria definitely not going to make it, and they're going to lose some cavalry here. They really wanted to get that artillery piece. It would have been a huge game changer if they had been able to. But guess what? Now France may actually get the guns of Austria. Or not, actually. They're definitely gonna... That's gonna be a waste. Oh my goodness, we have some skirmishers charging the guns. So both sides now, you can tell the the feeling of the artillery for the enemy. France has actually pushed back the UK, I think, with the artillery pieces set up with skirmishers and just stretch themselves out. I think the UK not able to actually make a real play there. Oh my goodness, we have Austria going for the guns. Bavaria not able to make a play here. In fact, there's more Austrian cav way in the back lines here. So Austria is now going on the offensive, breaking one of the Bavarian guns. We have some line of tree now focusing down some skirmishers here. Looks like Austria really wants to get rid of the one thing that was chewing them up. And, you know, actually seemed to work. They broke one of those Voltigeurs. Another one, though, still lives. France is now counterattacking again as Bavaria looks a little bit far spent. They're just stretched very thin over here. They have reserves, but with Messina now attacking, this could be a very good fight here. We do have an engagement as well in the center. Line infantry and cavalry pushing forward, making a huge charge against this Austrian line. Look at that officer. Got the sword over both. He's got the sword in two hands. Also some cavalry, dragoons pushing forward as well. Trying to smack down any Austrians trying to turn in fire on this line fight. And boy, did they really start focusing down. Here we go. We got to push forward reserves as France. If you want to really be able to make a foothold where you got ground. And looks like they're going to send in some more line infantry. Austria needs to send forward reserves. At the same time, though, guys, they're getting attacked everywhere else. Heavy cav crossairs now maybe going to finally make ground here and take on this artillery piece now that it has been temporarily silenced. Oh, but squares were formed. Who would have thought that would have been a square formed? Oh man, but France is following it up with line infantry, and with that huge gap torn in the Austrian line, now Austria's gonna have to push forward reserves. The thing is, where do the reserves go? You know, they have these 6 or 5 units of Austrian line, which could be really used over here to stop Messina from collapsing the whole left flank. At the same time, Bavaria is just starting to really push forward very, very aggressively on Austria. And they have plenty of lines left. We have a kind of a little engagement here on the flank here with the light infantry of Bavaria. I think there's some light infantry, yeah, right here. Bavaria is actually showing a little bit of wear and tear here from this long extended fight with Austria. Austria has reserves as well as some UK line. UK kind of being everywhere. It looks like France made an initial push here, but things don't look too hot at the moment. I mean, they seem to be running low. This is just no one can really seem to gain a lot of ground here. Look at this. Messina is actually getting surrounded a little bit here. Kind of outshot. But he may actually press into this attack. I'm not sure, but the UK seem ready for them. And the Austrian line, guys, despite that initial loss here in the center, they seem to have come back and are just as strong as they were before. Which means it's got to be frustrating. You throw some troops in as France, you see some breakage, and then more troops just appear and take the place of their comrades who've just been driven off the field. But over the long run, guys, no matter what, France has LOC right now. So the coalition seems to be fighting on the back foot here a little bit. And they will, unless they take that 2-pointer. So this fighting is going to have to boil down at some point. It has to. Otherwise, the Imperials will win after a long slug fest, as I call them. Because there's been a lot of bayonet charge to cap charge. There's been a little bit, but it's mostly this kind of stuff, guys. Just volley upon volley. Oh my goodness. Volley after volley. Nice charge. France and the UK clashing. Artillery firing down. This has been... Yeah, and the Austrian guns on that side they're still here. They're still here, but not everywhere else. Bavaria looks like they're trying to sneak around here with some line infantry. Maybe try to go for another melee here. I do like the Bavarians. One of my favorite factions to play. Just because it takes a slight bit of skill to play them. They're not as forgiving as some of the French units when it comes to, like, if you make a mistake, you can really mess up your entire army. You just gotta be very cautious. But they are very, as you can see, they have stood in the line fight for a very long time. You just gotta know how to bolster the morale they have. Messina is falling back here. The UK might pursue once again. Yep, they're going to pursue them. And they're walking over a lot of dead. Artillery still, though, set up in a very good position for France to force back the UK attack. And I can't tell who's going to win this, guys. I really can't. Both sides keep doing okay. I mean, it's just back and forth so much. Right here, this French army, or these French troops are just kind of wavering. I mean, they're just getting shot up. And some light infantry break. Bavaria has some good shooters, that's for sure. And they're pushing forward more troops here. And now with the UK pushing forward, another counterattack. Once again, it's been so back and forth on that side. Bavaria is... not even using all their full weight of their forces here. They're just pushing forward a little bit at a time. They don't have any grenadiers. They did not bring any. So it's up to their line infantry to break the Austrian line. And a bayonet charge here. Trying to close in, as well as a cav charge by some dragoons. They are trying to break this side. There's no general here to inspire the troops. There's another Austrian general here, though. Oh, a cav charge in the back lines. That could really be disastrous. But honestly, Austria still took a massive loss here. So Bavaria is definitely making a gain here. Man, they broke the cav. Bavaria's in a bad... I mean, Austria's in a bad way here. Bavaria really doing a good job of focusing them down. It does appear the UK actually seem to be running against a bit of a tough place here. Their line's just getting hit by artillery constantly. Man. All right, now Austria is in retreat. Cavalry still charging in here. These dragoons from Bavaria they've totally thrown back the Austrian line. They're in total retreat. This is looking to be a tough one for the Austrians to try to come back from. And those dragoons definitely are not going to make it out of there. I mean, this is... Although Bavaria has some troops to back them up, Austria's probably going to get back their cavalry. And they're going to have to reform here. So they are getting pushed back from their right flank, the French left. And now France can start pushing out and start putting pressure on this Austrian army, which is the one that seems the most battered. Even though UK and Austria over here seem pretty battered too, but Bavaria seems to have the strongest army at this point in time. France once more desperately trying to go for the guns. It does not work. They can't make an attack. They can't even use their cuirassiers because of that artillery piece. This side needs to have this side win. I mean, obviously, it's a pretty obvious thing. But if the French want to win this line fight, they can't break over here. They need to hold on and buy enough time for this Bavarian line, which is actually getting quite aggressive now, to push forward here. I think he had the melee button on and he told them to fire at one unit and it charged instead. Honestly, 5-point Marmot seems, I mean, minus their artillery just splashing and decimating the lines. They seem to be decently well off here. 10-point Massena seems pretty healthy still. They have artillery set up. Ooh, you know you want to take on the Highlanders. Oh! You know you want to shoot the Highlanders. That's a very good unit here. Here we go, Austria getting charged by France. Counter-charging to kind of delay this French attack so they can get some troops away. In fact, we may even have some hussars from Austria charge forward here just so they can stop this line fight from occurring, at least till they've formed up and can start shooting here. Beautiful charge with the hussars. Now they're gonna fall back. They have stalled this advance, at least maybe buying Austria a little bit of time. And now France is gonna be able to get an attack off. Oh my goodness, France sending forward some cavalry as well. Ooh, a clash here in the center. As Austria is just getting focused down, their reserves are now pushing forward here. The Austrians have to inflict enough losses to make it worthwhile for the French to not want to keep attacking here. But this center is getting focused down, that road being a good transport of a charge and just reinforcements to push down here. It looks like some guard for the UK actually charging forward, maybe even breaking the French, counter charging them, forcing them back, maybe saving this Austrian line a little bit longer at least. UK just trying to focus down Massena if they can. Oh no, we have a cav charge going for the artillery, going for the guns. But Austria definitely saw it coming, and now they're going to have to use some chasseurs cheval on line infantry. Ooh, they broke. But we do have France sending in more lines. Austria's not going to do too well in any of these bayonet charges. Artillery though still just focusing down the poor Austrians. Oh, on this side, Bavaria has made quite some gains here, and they're constantly going to be pushing forward and charging. Yeah, I think the coalition is going to lose in this one, guys, but they're not going down without a huge fight. They're going to throw quite a fit here. They're going to make this very difficult for the French to actually claim a good solid victory. I mean, they will claim the victory, but at what cost? So the UK actually seem to be getting focused down by artillery. The one thing they can't really do too much against, that artillery, and I think they're going to probably end up losing this fight. We have some cavalry charging forward here once more. Ooh, hitting some squares though. Some grenadiers charging the Austrian line, but there was several of them that dropped. We have those cuirassiers charging forward, finally getting some action. Where are they gonna charge? Finally. Bavaria charging in, getting some melee. I mean, they're trying to end this, guys. There is about 16 minutes remaining here. Austria did form a line, but France is now going to go in with melee. And the UK, yep, looks like the UK are taking some heavy losses over here, but the main center part of this battlefield, oh, the Crossieres charging forward once again. Man, a lot of saddles got emptied right there. And they broke. But it doesn't matter, they did what they needed to. Look at these Highlanders. They're standing their ground. They don't care if they're getting just flanked. You see the Bavarian line raging in a firefight here, as well as France now closing for melee. And guys, I think this is about to be the end of the coalition. Bavaria looks pretty torn down here, though. I'm being honest here. Their lines are pretty small now. But with their allies basically gone, I think at this point they're just... yeah, they're just gonna... oh, they're actually going with a bayonet charge here, but I mean, they're gonna get volleyed in the flank by France. The Scots going in for one brave final charge. And another counter charge. Yeah, this Austrian army, Bavaria, charging in the rear with cavalry. It's a bit of a mess. France using this road to just rush forward rapidly. And the UK look like they're just gonna commit all their forces here in a last brave stand. They just seem to be doing as well on the firing side of things, to be honest. Like, usually I see the UK just shred apart the French, and they didn't seem to be doing that here. Not sure why. These Highlanders are giving quite a fight, though. And they've broken a lot of the French. Wow. Man. How many more troops can this one Highlander unit rout? They've routed what? How many now? 4? Holy cow. They are breaking the French. Now it doesn't matter. France is broken. Austria. The melee just crushed them. And now, to be honest, the only forces left are these couple of Highlanders and UK lines. This Highlander unit is literally given the enemy so much problems. So many problems. Man, I wonder how many kills they got. They had to have gotten a lot of kills with how many troops they've actually managed to rout.
Now they must break.
But yeah, that'll be most of the battle here. Just this poor Highlander unit, 1 or 2 UK units fighting here. What a fight. What a line battle. This was a true aligned battle. I mean, there was melee in the end, but for the longest time, it was just volley upon volley and artillery shells just dropping constantly. I mean, you could tell probably by the builds of the both sides here that it was going to be a definite just volley fire. I mean, there wasn't a lot of grenadiers, I'm sure, with this corps. I'm not sure. Let's see. So this is the Bavarian army that sent this one. I think this was Lotus, I think. But man, regular lines getting 278, 239 kills. Dragoons got 140. Light infantry with 56. And a lot of the lines you can see didn't get tons of kills. That's what they're there for. They're just there to soak up some some line fire, you know, soak up that bullets. Now, I don't think this was meant for this light infantry. Probably got just in reserve, never really got to fight much. You can see they lost nothing. They killed 3. Yeah, had a lot. That was actually a fun army. I'd love to play the army at some point. Anyway, guys, let me see if I can pull up the results, see if they have them. Otherwise, we'll just end it. So let me see if I can find those. All right, guys. So here are the results. Here, as you can see, this was were posted by Lotus in their Discord, and I snagged it up because it looked like fun. So we have Chain as one of the French players. Got a interesting kill number. Lotus, man, has very got 1440. Kylie 1636. Namapa was 1685. On the other side, Austria, you have Heinze with 1336. The Nate Devour with 729. Simple Sharpie with 856. And Data L with 1014 for the kills. So a definite French victory. But it was not an easy. I mean, you can see the losses for the French. They got 15, 14, 1,500. I mean, they took basically 50% casualties. So not a very easy victory for them, but still a satisfying win. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you all so much for joining me. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.